What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. As always, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, helps out the video huge. Hit this subscribe and ring the bell. You're going to want to subscribe to this channel because we have so much fun this year with the New York Giants. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's been so great so far early in the year. We're 4-1, got a really tough game against Baltimore that our schedule supposedly gets a little easier as we progress here. So come along for the ride, Giants fans. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun so far. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about DJ Moore, the number one wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, who would be an absolutely fantastic fit here. I mean, the last 3 years, the guy's had over 1,100 yards receiving. I believe he had 236 receptions. So obviously, this is something that we certainly need. There's no question about it. Kadarius Toney can't get on the field. Kenny Golladay has been a major disappointment. And Daniel Jones is throwing a practice squad wide receiver, six-string wide receivers that probably wouldn't make another NFL roster. Not to take anything away from those guys. They've busted their tail this year. We're 4-1, so they're doing their job, and that's really all that matters. But it would be nice. It was also nice to see a resurgence by Darius Slayton this previous game against the Packers. So hopefully Slayton can continue it as well. But it'd be obviously great for Daniel Jones to have a number one wide receiver to throw to. There is no question about it. So the Giants called about DJ Moore. We'll see if they make a move at him. Who would have thought that we'd be talking about the Giants being buyers after 5 weeks? When just a couple weeks ago, Boomer Esiason came out and said the Giants should trade Saquon Barkley or explore trading Saquon Barkley to help in the rebuild. And obviously, there's some Giants fans like, we got to lose games so we get a higher draft pick. And I always say, what are you getting a higher draft pick for? So you can win games. We're winning games right now. So obviously, the team is good enough to win at the moment. So let the chips fall where they may. But DJ Moore would be an absolutely fantastic addition to this team. It would certainly give a boost to the offense, which seems like it's getting better. We scored 27 points against a pretty good Packers defense. We'll have another test against Baltimore and see what the offense could do. A lot of people are complaining that Daniel Jones only has 3 touchdown passes this year, which I don't understand because these same people are like, these same people saying to me, Baddog, where's the Jalen Hurts apology video? Jalen Hurts has thrown one more touchdown than Daniel Jones. Jalen Hurts has thrown for 4 touchdowns this year. Daniel Jones has thrown for 3. People are talking about Jalen Hurts like he's an MVP. He's thrown one more touchdown pass. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes in 5 games. Why is that great and Daniel Jones a bum? Anyway, I digress. DJ Moore would be a fantastic addition. It would certainly help the offense. It would give us that big play guy. It would give us that number one wide receiver, which we sorely need. However, this is the problem with DJ Moore. First and foremost, we are in a rebuild. I know it doesn't seem like that, but we are. So are the Giants really good enough to start giving away draft capital for DJ Moore? I'm an impatient guy. This is happening way quicker than I thought it would. And obviously, when you see that brass ring and you have an opportunity, maybe the Giants want to take a big swing at this thing and try to get into the playoffs. But the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. I don't know if DJ Moore makes us a Super Bowl contender. I would say no, if I'm being completely honest. He makes us better, but you want to start giving away draft capital, especially those guys that are talking about we need to lose games to get a better draft pick. Well, those guys certainly don't want to give away draft picks to acquire DJ Moore. Now, I'm not a cap expert by any stretch of the imagination. The other thing that we run into with DJ Moore is this. His cap hit is $6 million. I don't think we have $6 million. I think we're around $3 million or something. So I don't know how we afford him. Now, you can say restructure contracts, do this, do that, and the Giants probably could do something like that. Okay? They could. The problem is DJ Moore, his dead cap is $41 million. Like, I don't know why Carolina would trade him. Now, again, I'm not a cap expert. Maybe they don't have to pay the entire $41 million, but why would you take a cap hit of $41 million unless you're getting, like, the ultimate package back? You know, Giants fans can say, package up Kadarius Toney and send him over there. And I don't know why Carolina would want to take on an injury-prone wide receiver that hasn't proven he can get on the field in the NFL. I talk about Madden a lot. This isn't Madden. You can't just say, let's package Golladay and Kadarius Toney and throw them to Carolina. And we'll get DJ Moore. In a perfect world, yeah, that'd be great. But how the hell does that help Carolina grow? It doesn't. Carolina's job at this point with where they're going, they're obviously going to rebuild for the future. Now that they fired their coach, they're going to go in a completely different direction. They're going to look to get some draft capital for DJ Moore and let the new GM or the new head coach, I should say, not the new GM, the GM may be fired at the end of the year, but let the new head coach have a say in what players are drafted. So that's a big part of it, is that dead cap. Now also, his cap hit next year for the Giants, if he were to be a Giant, is $25 million. Now, we're talking about we have to re-sign Saquon Barkley, and Daniel Jones is kind of working himself into a contract as well. How are you going to pay a number one wide receiver $25 million and re-sign Daniel Jones or re-sign Saquon Barkley? That's half of our cap space that we have available next year. I believe Dexter Lawrence is a free agent. I mean, you're going to have to decide what you want to do. Do you really want to throw $25 million at a wide receiver? I'm not saying DJ Moore is going to be Kenny Golladay, but Kenny Golladay had really good numbers too, and he got paid. DJ Moore is already getting paid, but then the numbers have not been there. Now, DJ Moore has not had a good year this year either. And again, that's partly Baker Mayfield's fault because Baker Mayfield has been absolutely terrible. But this year, he just has 17 catches for 197 yards. And even in his career, he only has 15 touchdowns. So it's not like this guy's a touchdown guy. Kenny Golladay had 11 touchdowns in one season. So there are definitely problems with the DJ Moore trade for the New York Giants, and he also can opt out. I don't think he would opt out, but he can definitely opt out after 2023. So he may not even be here. And what have you done at that point? You rented a guy for a year and a half, and if you don't win a Super Bowl and you paid him all that money, it'd be kind of foolish. I would love DJ Moore to be here. We need a number one receiver. I don't think that there's any question about it. So I don't see how it's feasible for the Giants to get a DJ Moore. I just don't. Cap space wise, we're really not in, really not in the situation to go out there and pay for that guy. It's just not the way it goes. So I don't see it happening. I do believe that it would be kind of ridiculous for them to go out and get DJ Moore. And again, that's just my opinion. Some of you are going to say, Baddog, you're stupid. We got to go get DJ Moore. We got to win a Super Bowl and all this other stuff. I'll tell you, the guy that they could look at from Carolina is Terrace Marshall. I mean, if you want to look at a kid right there, Terrace Marshall, that makes a lot more sense for the Giants to go out and get Terrace Marshall. He's cheaper, obviously. He's a younger player. He's 22 years old, and I don't think Carolina would ask nearly as much for Terrace Marshall. And trying to look up his my computer really stinks today. Trying to look up, Terrace Marshall. I'm trying to look up his cap space here, but there we go. So Terrace Marshall this year makes $920,000 and his cap hit is 1.3. And over the next two seasons, he's owed $3.5 million or $2.5 million. His cap hit is $3.5 million. So Terrace Marshall obviously would be the better situation for the Giants. Is Terrace Marshall number one at the moment? No, he's not. But obviously this is a younger guy, a bigger play guy that the Giants could bring in. It would cost them a lot less for draft capital and a lot less cap-wise. It just makes more sense to go after a secondary guy like that may develop into something, especially with the coaching of Brian Daboll. Just look at a guy like Gabriel Davis, who's kind of come out of nowhere. Maybe that could be our Gabriel Davis, is a guy like Terrace Marshall. But I just don't see how DJ Moore makes any sense for the New York Giants. It just doesn't, in my opinion. I think we'd be wasting money. We'd be wasting a pick. And again, we're in the middle of a rebuild. I don't think you throw $25 million and draft capital at a wide receiver, even though we need it really badly. When you have so many other holes in this team, and you have questions at running back, you bring in Barkley back. You have questions at quarterback, you bring in Daniel Jones back. They're both free agents. Dexter Lawrence is a free agent. Our secondary is very thin. Our inside linebackers are not very good. So we have a lot of holes, and the way you fill those is with the draft. And you also going to have some extra cap space to sign your guys if you want to. And then, of course, you got to sign your draft pick. So as nice as DJ Moore would look in a Giants uniform, as nice it would be to have a guy that's had 1,100 yards the last 3 years for Daniel Jones to throw to and help this offense out, I just do not see it happening at all. But you never know. Anyway, that's all I got in this video, guys and girls. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor. hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Share it out with a Giants friend and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Real quick, if you made this far, you're a trooper, but I will be live tonight on NYY News TV with my guy Pete to call the Yankees and Guardians first game of the ALDS. Come on by. That's going to be a blast. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.